everyone, Jack from Cultaholic back once again. Night 1 is in the books and now it's time for WrestleMania Night 2. Lots of exciting action to cover. Huge matches from the likes of Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns to that triple threat for the IC title to Asuka versus Bianca to Brock versus Omos. There's so much wrestling. There's so much action. So without any further ado, let's dive in and finish the story. This is what happened at WrestleMania 39 Night 2. The show begins with Jimmy Allen singing America the Beautiful from Sea to Shining Sea. And then a real musical legend, The Miz and Snoop Dogg are also in the ring to kick off the show once again, just like yesterday. They don't really say anything of note, and we are straight into the first match of the night, Brock Lesnar versus Omos. This match starts off with the big stare down. They're both very big boys, and Omos just starts tossing Brock Lesnar around. Big headbutt, big power slam, another big power slam. Brock's in trouble. Brock fights back, but then gets chokeslammed for a quite convincing near fall, to be honest. Finally, Brock does get a move in, and it's a German suplex, and then another one. Even though they're not the most high elevation, impressive German suplexes ever, they are still impressive, because any move on Omos is a feat in itself. Brock tries to get him up for an F5, but he can't. But then just kidding, because he can, and he does it. And it's a really impressive finish as well. F5 to Omos, 1, 2, 3, and it's the literally biggest win of Brock Lesnar's career. I really enjoyed it for what it was. Next up, it's the Women's Tag Team Showcase match. The teams of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Natalya and Shotzi, taking on Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Early on, Chelsea Green misses a drop kick and Raquel just stares at her. Raquel's kind of the big babyface presence in this match, the one intimidating all the heels, but it doesn't work out for her in the end though. Three of the faces team up for a shield bomb on Shayna, and Ronda is not happy about it on the outside. We then get spots to the outside with a nice dive from Shotzi with a Natalya assist, like the old through the legs thing. Then Chelsea Green gets on the top rope and says, "Get your cameras ready, everyone," because she's all egotistical and everything. But then she gets scared by Raquel in the ring, and this causes her to dive to the outside onto everybody to get away from Raquel, I guess. Raquel then powerbombs Liv, her own partner, onto everyone on the outside, and it's quite a nice sequence in the match. This isn't a match in terms of like, they're not telling a long, complicated, psychology-heavy story. They're just doing a lot of fun spots, and I think that's fine. Back in the ring now, Natalya and Shotzi team up for the heart attack, and then Natalya gets the double sharpshooter on two opponents simultaneously. Liv hits Oblivion, her own finisher, on Shotzi, but she doesn't get the win because here come Ronda and Shayna to clear the ring. Ronda then stands over the fallen Shotzi, slaps on the armbar, and submits her. Ronda and Shayna win, and it's kind of the only thing Ronda did in the match. Hopefully she's alright and isn't still nursing any sort of injury. Hopefully Shayna's alright too, because she lost a boot at one point, and I don't know why she took that off. Hopefully everyone's fine anyway, and the match ends, with Ronda and Shayna making the belt motion. They're coming for those women's tag team titles. Next up, we get just a little segment where Bobby Lashley comes out on the ramp with his Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy. I feel bad for Lashley that he's not on this card, but at least he got something, I guess. Titus O'Neil is out on commentary for the next match. Ura, just like last night. And it's time, obviously, for the Mike's Harder Lemonade match, or the IC title match between GUNTHER, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. Oh, this one was, in my opinion, very good. Drew takes out GUNTHER to start immediately, and him and Sheamus just go at it. Former friends, but now they don't like each other. But do they? But not really. But they're going to get their emotions out through violence. GUNTHER gets back into it though and takes control until he gets in a big old chop battle with Drew. Choppy chop. Sheamus and Drew then team up to alternate chest beats and chest chops on GUNTHER as he's trapped in the rope. Sheamus then hits the beats on Drew and turns to face the crowd and gets a monstrous standing ovation. Everybody loved Sheamus in this match. GUNTHER then runs wild for a bit with some stiff lariats, but Drew hits him with the Future Shock DDT. GUNTHER then avoids the Claymore though and hits his big powerbomb, but Drew kicks out. Sheamus and GUNTHER go up top. Sheamus comes off with an avalanche white noise on GUNTHER and the Celtic Cross. Really impressive strength from Sheamus, but it's only good enough for a near fall as well. He measures GUNTHER for the bro kick and nails it. Surely this is it. 1, 2. and Drew McIntyre pulls Sheamus out of the ring. No, Drew! On the outside, Sheamus stares at Drew, so hurt, so much emotion in his face, and obviously they have a big brawl. Drew wins the brawl with a huge dive over the top onto Sheamus on the outside. Back in the ring, Drew sets up for the Claymore, but Sheamus counters it with a bro kick. He collapses onto Drew, Shawn Michaels style. 1, 2, Drew kicks out. Back to their feet. Claymore. 1, 2, Sheamus kicks out. I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. Sheamus hits another bro kick, crawls over. 1, 2, GUNTHER from the top with a huge splash. Then he powerbombs Sheamus onto Drew, and then Drew onto the canvas. 1, 2, 3, GUNTHER retains the IC title. I'm ready for bed, and we're only halfway through night 2. Next up, the Raw Women's title match with Bianca Belair defending against Asuka. Asuka comes out with multiple Asukas like John Cena did that one time, or also like what Eminem did. Bianca has a special entrance too with a troupe of dancing children, but like better than you're expecting. When you hear dancing children, you think, oh, are they going to be any good? Yeah, they were really good. It was actually very impressive. Bianca starts off fast, taking control of the match, but Asuka fights back with her signature strikes. Bianca gets back in control and goes for the handspring moonsault, but Asuka catches her in a triangle, but then Bianca rolls her up from that. But then Asuka transitions into the Asuka lock, and then Bianca makes the ropes. It's all fast and furious, back and forth. It also feels really real, like they're really grappling and exchanging moves, and then the action spills to the outside, and Bianca gut wrenches Asuka into the air and hits a huge powerbomb on the outside. They then battle back and forth on the apron, knocking each other into the ring posts. Bianca gets on the second rope and deadlift vertical suplexes Asuka back into the ring. They go back and forth from there with pinning combinations and roll-up attempts. Bianca survives a head kick while Asuka kicks out of the handspring moonsault. Up top they go now, and Bianca goes for the avalanche KOD, but Asuka escapes and pulls Belair down to the canvas with her hair. She uses the braid into a code breaker, but Bianca kicks out at 2. Then Belair goes for the KOD again, but gets shoved away into the ref. The ref turns away. Asuka goes for the mist. Bianca ducks it. Bianca goes for the braid shot. Asuka ducks it. Then Bianca goes for the KOD, and Asuka reverses it into an armbar. The champ is in trouble. But just kidding, no she's not, because Bianca slowly, powerfully stands up, lifting Asuka into the air, into a KOD for the win. It's another great Bianca Belair title defense at WrestleMania, and I believe she's still undefeated. I was worried for this match when it was following the IC title match, but it was also very good. Next up, The Miz and Snoop Dogg come back out to announce the attendance for night 2, just like they did last night. But this time, Miz is annoyed that Snoop booked him in that surprise match against Pat McAfee last night. Snoop says, well, maybe I'll do that again, and brings out his opponent for tonight. Not LA Knight, as some of us suspected, because Snoop was like, this is our city, this is our show, it's LA. He brings out LA's favorite son, Shane McMahon. Shane dances down to the ring and says, you know what, everyone, thank you, that was such a great reception, and let's go. And he starts to wrestle The Miz and drop down, leapfrog, and Shane just injures his leg somehow. Hopefully he's okay, obviously. It's really, really awkward. The camera lingers on The Miz for way too long because it doesn't want to show Shane until he gets back up, but he just can't. He's actually injured. Finally, we see physios helping Shane out of the ring, and Snoop Dogg, the improvisational genius that he is, punches The Miz, hits the people's elbow, and covers him for 3. And I'm like, wow, Snoop Dogg just called it in the ring, and what a legend. So yeah, weird segment. Hopefully Shane's okay. Very awkward. It's going to go down in WrestleMania history. Let's move on. The next match is introduced by a spooky video package from Russell Crowe and a trailer for his new movie, The Pope's Exorcist. That means it can only be the spookiest match of all, Edge versus Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell. Edge comes up from the floor with flames and a glittery skull mask thing and wings, and I think Slayer's playing in the background, but then it all stops and then we get the normal Edge entrance because we need to hear that altar bridge at WrestleMania, baby, on this day. Balor is out as the demon and has a pair of purple flares. What? No pyro, no party at WrestleMania, guys. It's not long in this match before the weapons come out. There's a chair, but a red one, and a purple kendo stick. Balor no-sells the chair shot because, of course, he is the demon. Edge creates, like a kendo stick prison in the corner of the cell for Balor and then nails him with a missile dropkick from the apron. Edge takes control with the Impaler DDT. Shout out to Gangrel, who didn't turn up, actually, despite rumors before the show. He goes for a spear, but Balor counters it with a sling blade. He then shotgun dropkicks Edge through a table on the outside, and they work work their way back into the ring, where Edge hits the kill switch. Shout out to Christian. Edge then throws a ladder into Balor's face, and this is where the match grinds to a halt for a while, because I think it legit cut Balor open, and we get like medical attention for Finn while the camera pans around the arena and stuff. They don't really want to show the demon getting stitched up. Fair play to Balor for carrying on. He seems to be fine. Balor comes back, heads up top with the coup de grace attempt, but Edge moves. He goes for the spear, misses, and runs straight into the ladder. Balor then connects with the coup de grace, but Edge kicks out and hits the execution off the side of the ladder, but Finn kicks out. Balor then puts Edge on the table, heads up top, like halfway up the cell, leaps off with a terrifying coup de grace attempt. Edge moves, and Balor slams through the table feet first into the canvas. I would not want to take that bump, but he does it really well. Edge hits the spear, Balor kicks out, but a concerto finally puts the demon away, and Edge wins the match. Now we get the Hall of Famers segment where they all come out and the crowd all applaud them. Rey Mysterio has a Gucci/Adidas combination suit on. He is dripped out of his mind. And all that's left is the main event for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship between Cody Rhodes and the champion Roman Reigns. There's a huge reception for Mr. Rhodes. Brandy's at ringside, their daughter's there, some of the family are there, and also -1, which is very lovely to see. Roman's entrance is very dramatic. We get a lovely little intro played by 6 piano players, and then Roman comes out with Heyman and Solo as well. Roman gets on the mic, tells WrestleMania to acknowledge him, and we get a big stare down to start. Cody wins the opening exchanges, and Roman bails to the outside where Heyman gives him a big old pep talk. And the story of the early part of the match is Solo Sikoa getting involved where he doesn't belong. At one point, Roman distracts the ref, so Solo hits Cody in the back with a chair. A little bit later on, Solo grabs Cody's leg from under the ropes, which leads to Roman hitting a massive clothesline and turning Cody inside out. Nice bump on that one. Roman goes for a big powerbomb through the announce table, but Cody sends him through instead with a big backdrop. This leads to the first kind of convincing near fall of the match, with Cody hitting the Cody cutter back in the ring, but it only gets 2. Solo then whips Cody with the weight belt behind the referee's back, but the ref hears it and throws Solo out of the match. Roman goes to use the belt, the ref tries to take it off him, and Roman gets blindsided by a super kick from Cody into the crossroads, but it only gets 2. Roman's back on top and hits the big Uranagi. Cole calls it a rock bottom on commentary, but it's not Michael, and it only gets a near fall as well. The near falls just keep on coming as the Superman punch is countered by Cody into the pedigree. But again, it's only 2, so Cody springs off the ropes and Roman knocks him out of the air with a mid-air Superman punch. Cody is out cold. His eyes are shut. Wait, no, he's not, because he kicks out just in time. Cody avoids a spear and locks in the figure 4, but Roman reverses the pressure, rolling over, and Cody has to get to the ropes. Then Cody heads up top and jumps off, uncharacteristically you might say. Roman avoids it and hits the spear, but again Cody kicks out, surviving and carrying on in the match. Roman goes to the guillotine, locks it in, Cody fades and fades, but he fights back and the crowd are really excited, so Roman drops down to the canvas and tightens his grip. But again, Cody fights out of it. He breaks the guillotine. Cole sells that on commentary as the first time that's ever happened. I don't know if that's true, but it certainly sounds good. They get to their feet and fight. Cody goes for the pump kick, but accidentally takes out the referee. So when he goes for the crossroads, he is instead knocked over by the Usos, who interfere in the match and hit a pair of super kicks and the 1D, and Cody's out of it. But here come Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to fight them off. Then Owens hits Roman with the stunner, and in a lovely moment for him, Sami Zayn hits Roman Reigns with the Helluva kick at WrestleMania. The Usos come back and they brawl with Kev and Sami all the way into the crowd. Cody crawls across into the cover. The referee recovers. 1, 2, and again Roman kicks out. Both men are tired by this point. They get to their feet wobbly and shaky and they exchange big strikes. Roman goes for the Superman punch, but Cody avoids it and does the Dusty Rhodes strikes and the bionic elbow. Now it's the finishing stretch. Cody hits 1 crossroads and a second. He goes for a 3rd, but Paul Heyman distracts the ref, and behind Cody, Solo Sikoa returns to ringside, nails Cody with the Samoan spike. Roman Reigns hits the spear and beats Cody Rhodes and retains the belt. What? That's right, I'm not kidding. Cody Rhodes loses when we all were certain he would win. I know we thought this at Clash at the Castle, some of us, with Drew McIntyre. I wouldn't say it was like 100% agreed amongst the wrestling fandom that Roman was going to lose then, but I fell for it. I thought Drew was going to win then. Nobody really fell for it when it was Sami. I think I was pretty confident then that Roman was going to win. I would have put my house on Roman Reigns losing to Cody Rhodes here, and I don't even own a house. So, I can't believe it. I don't even know what to say. Let me know what you think, I guess, in the comments down below. But anyway, that's how WrestleMania goes off the air, with Roman celebrating and all the fireworks going off, while Cody in the ring comes to terms with not winning the match that surely he was destined to win. Also, there's a rubber chicken in the ring. Someone threw that in as well, so bit weird. Anyway, there you have it. That is what happened at WrestleMania Night 2. As I say, leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment section down below. Thank you to our wonderful editing team over the past 2 nights who've edited these videos together in very quick fashion. And thank you to all of you for listening as well. I've been Jack from Cultaholic, and I'll see you very soon.